It all started when my mom met my dad, and they fell in love, and they had me. Hi, I'm
Jess.
And my life, it's kind of crazy.
I was just looking in the YouTube rule book where it says that tub videos are not allowed. I didn't find any. For whatever reason, everybody just went crazy cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in the comments about me being in my tub. You want to know why I'm in the tub? I will tell you. Come here. I'm going to tell you. Come here. I know you want to hear. Because why not? Because there is no rule for where you can film in a YouTube video unless it's obviously somewhere weird and perverted and something inappropriate or something like that. But a girl just wants to chillax in her tub. What's wrong with that? Okay. But before we start this video, I'm going to speed through really quick and undo my hair. I just want you guys to see this is how I slept in my hair. We're going to talk about how you protect your hair at night. Transformation starting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, hold on. As always, I'm struggling with these dang baby hairs, so hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8. This is I am me, being all that I can be. This is I am me, being all that I can be. This is I am me, being all that I can be. This is I am me, being all that I can be. Hey, my name is Jess, and I decided to do a part 2 to my hair tips video. So I am going to be giving you guys 7 more tips that I felt like really helped me on my natural hair journey, that when I watched my previous video, part 1 to this video, I was like, ooh, dang it, I missed that and I missed this, or I could have added that or said that. I did read the comments for that video. A lot of the comments were just really good. You guys are just telling me how helpful it was, and there was other comments where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need to discuss this on camera. The first part of the video is gonna be the 7 extra tips that I have, and then the last part of the video is gonna be where I'm responding to your comments, okay? Okay, let's start. All right, gotta get in my position. Number 1 is protecting your hair at night. So I realized in my last video, by the way, if you haven't seen my last video, you definitely should watch it, because that one was just like the basic things, but these are just extra things that you should know. So protecting your hair at night. I told you guys about my weekly routine. I said that Sundays are usually my wash days, and then I will refresh my hair like on Wednesday or Thursday, and then that's it. But I didn't actually talk about what I do throughout the week. I do have a video of my weekly regimen, but pretty much, obviously, for me to be able to keep my wash and go in for multiple days, I have to be protecting my hair at night, because I cannot go to sleep with the wash and go and wake up without it looking like a wash and no. You know what I'm saying? Like, my hair would be super dried out because of, you know, the pillow. This right here, you know, this brand, I don't know if they watch my stuff, but I've been rooting for them since the beginning. So Miss Grace Allier, maybe it's because I can't pronounce your name. But yeah, I love this cap. This is my favorite go-to cap for when I have a wash and go and I want to preserve it, protect my curls at night, because obviously it's satin lined, and this helps your hair. Anything satin is good for your hair because it doesn't strip your hair of its moisture. You don't want to buy the cap. I would say get a satin scarf, which I also have. I just wear both depending on if one is dirty, I'll just use the other, vice versa. I do like to wash these at least once a week. Also, I like to wash my pillowcases at least once a week, because if you struggle with acne or whatever the case may be, just realize that your hair has a lot of oils, and you put a product in your hair, and if your hair is rubbing around on your pillowcase all night, your face is rubbing around on that pillowcase, and that could just clog your pores, and that could be the reason why, you know, you're breaking out. I know that is sometimes the reason for me, because, you know, there are some nights where I forget to wrap my hair. Not often anymore, because I kind of feel like I'm not about to let all my hard work, no matter how tired I am, no matter how bad I want to look good for my boyfriend, he already knows the routine. I got to put the cap on, and it's fine. He doesn't judge. I mean, you got to protect the curls. I'm pretty sure he's going to appreciate in the morning when all I have to do is take this off, shake my hair, do a little scrunch here, rather than waking up in the morning looking like a whole crazy lion and then having to refresh my curls. That's pretty much what I like to do. Simple. I literally will stuff my hair in here sometimes, or I'll put my hair, if I want like volume, I'll put my hair up in a pineapple, which I have a video on that. The key to making sure you don't get that dent in your hair, I use a scrunchie, a loose scrunchie, and that really helps for my hair to not have like the dent the next morning. How is my hair? Speaking of my hair, don't mind it right now. It has a mind of its own. I was just dancing and whipping my hair around like I was Willow Smith. I was whipping my hair back and forth. I would say do the pineapple, but if your hair is not long enough to do the pineapple, that's okay. Just put this on your hair, or wear your satin scarf. And I say do that every night. It should help your hair from like drying out. You having to refresh it every morning. Also, by the way, I do not put anything on my hair before I go to sleep. If you feel the need to put a little bit of leave-in conditioner, or you want to put a little oil in your hair before you go to sleep, then by all means you could do that if you feel like that's, you know, gives your hair a little freshness. But for me, I just let my hair, I like my hair to be big, so over time it's gonna get bigger, and it's gonna probably not be as like perfect as day 1 or day 2 hair, but that's fine for me. This is a super old wash and go that I need to like, I don't know, it's kind of overdue, but stretching your hair. I saw a comment that said that she gets a lot of single strand knots, and I also get a lot of questions about that, which I personally don't feel like I experience it a lot, and I'm assuming it's because my curls aren't super tight, and I feel like the tighter your curls are and the more shrinkage you get, which I had a lot more shrinkage when I first started, and now that my hair is growing, I feel like my curls are becoming looser in a sense. I say, and I've heard this from Natural 85, so I'm gonna give you your credit. If you're gonna do a wash and go, stretch your hair. Wash and go, some people love them, some people hate them, but everybody who does a wash and go is gonna experience some type of shrinkage after. But depending on your hair, yes, your shrinkage may be a lot more than others. So I would say once you do your wash and go, and your wash and go is completely dry, then you can do banding method, you could do the pineapple, whatever stretching technique that you feel like, you know, is the best or most easiest for you to do. I say do that, and then you can rock your wash and go without you having to experience like tangles or anything like that, because it's like once you do your wash and go and your hair like shrinks up, once it shrinks up, it like starts getting coiled and tangled into, if you stretch your hair, your curls won't be able to be like hugging each other and playing around and getting all tangled in love and everything like that, okay? So that's the solution. I feel like that will help you stretching your hair. Nowadays, like I said, my hair has changed a lot since the beginning, but since it's gotten longer, it's kind of gotten looser, so I don't necessarily care to stretch it anymore. But yeah, do that. Make sure you stretch your hair after your washing goes to prevent any tangling, single strand knots and stuff like that. Looking at my comments, I see a lot of people saying that they're using products, but their hair is too thick, it dries easily, blah, 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 blah. So I say the thicker your hair, the thicker your product or your cream needs to be. So whatever you're using to moisturize your hair, you need to make sure you're using thicker products, like more like a butter or a custard, because that is gonna help to like seep into your hair a lot more. If you're using little lightweight products, I guess it all depends on your porosity as well. But I even say, like, if you are low porosity and you've been using lighter products and it seems like it doesn't keep your hair moisturized, I would say try to find like a heavier product because your hair is thicker. So you can put your leave-in conditioner or your leave-in cream or whatever. Then you can go in with a shea butter or some type of moisturizing butter or a custard. Custards are amazing. I've just discovered them. They're pretty much the all-in-one. Like, they give you that definition and they give you that hold, and it really moisturizes your hair. So I would say use a custard if you're experiencing dry hair overall and your hair is maybe not thick, but you just feel like your hair is drier. Custards will be your best friend. And if I want to put a custard in, it's the same thing as if I were gonna put a cream. I'll start off with the leave-in conditioner, and then I'll use the custard, and then if you want to add a gel on top of that, if you want to. I mean, I don't really use gels anymore because I feel like they weigh my hair down, and I like that big kind of puffy looking hair. If you want your hair to be like, I guess, I don't like to use the word, but tamed, then I would say put a gel on top of that. If you're struggling with dry hair, ask yourself these questions. Am I deep conditioning often? I know you guys hear blah, 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 deep conditioning. You're probably tired of hearing me talk about it, but are you deep conditioning often? Like, be real with yourself. I would say, especially if you struggle with dry hair, you need to be deep conditioning your hair once a week. And if you've been doing that and your hair is still dry, perhaps you're not using a good conditioner. Even though I feel like most deep conditioners are pretty good, especially I would try to lean towards the deep conditioners that have the most natural ingredients in it. I would say the more natural ingredients the deep conditioner has, the better. I would say, again, if you have super dry hair or your hair dries up easily, condition your hair once a week. And then obviously if you just don't deep condition at all, maybe you could start off with once every 2 weeks. Are you using enough moisture? My routine for my hair, because I know my hair is the type that can dry up easily, but ever since I started to put a leave-in conditioner in my hair before I put a cream and or a gel, I feel like my moisture stays and lasts a lot longer, especially if I do it right after I deep condition. Make sure you're using a leave-in conditioner before you use your cream or your custard, whatever you decide to use, or your butter. And that will be like, I don't know, maybe I should look it up. I don't know the technical reason why. I just feel like it gives you that extra moisture. I feel like that's just what it is, because honestly, I could go without a cream, and that's what I feel like. I feel like leave-in conditioner or leave-in cream, it gives you that moisture, and some creams are good for like moisture as well, but I feel like a lot of creams give you moisture, but they're also more for like styling your hair, giving you your hair the extra curl definition, which may not last as long. So if you're making sure your hair is extra buttered up and moisturized before putting all those styling products in it, then your hair will last. I've done it, and I know that trying to put a leave-in conditioner before you put your cream really helps. I mean, I feel like a lot of people use oils as well, but I never use oil, so I can't really recommend that. But I feel like, I mean, people use the lock method, all these different methods. I don't really pay attention to that. I kind of just discover by just experimenting what my hair likes, and I know that the leave-in conditioner, cream, and or gel if I decide to do that. But again, like I said, I don't really use gels anymore. Also, you need to ask yourself, which I mentioned in the previous video, are you drinking enough water daily? And that's really important. I feel like you need to be drinking at least 32 to 64 ounces of water a day. If possible, 64 ounces, which is half a gallon. I know that may sound like whoa to you guys, but it's really, I mean, I'm not a pro. Sometimes I get to like almost half a gallon every day, sometimes more. But I feel like, I mean, just imagine, water already is really good for you. It's good for your skin. It's good for your body. It's good for your health. So why don't you think it's good for your hair? I mean, if you're not drinking a lot of water and you're experiencing dry skin and breakouts and other migraines and different stuff like that, what you think your hair is feeling? Your hair is like dry as well. That's probably why your hair may be as dry, or you just never know. So I just feel like if you start drinking water, it's like, again, like I said in the previous video, it's a win-win because you're helping your hair. Your hair is gonna not be looking all dull. It's gonna add that shine and just that healthy look, and it's gonna make your face clear up, and your face is gonna have that shine, and you're just gonna feel overall happier. So it's just like, it's a win-win situation. So drink more water, okay? And if you've tried all that, which I doubt it, if you're being honest with yourself, but if you, out of 1,000 people, did literally everything I just said and nothing is working at all for you, you can try the extra stuff that people have started to do now, like using a steamer or doing a hot oil treatment, which I haven't done, but I've heard that they're good. Also, maybe DIYing your own deep conditioners, because again, the more natural ingredients you're putting into your hair, the better your hair is going to be, because your hair is getting the proper nutrients it needs. Therefore, it's going to glow and like healthier and, you know, hydrated. You know what I'm saying? It's the same for your skin and everything like that. This is all a part, you know, whatever you put into your body is going to project with how you looking, okay? Including your hair, girlfriend or boy. So this one is a personal opinion, okay? But instead of trying to refresh your hair without like washing it again, or you know how like a lot of the times we don't want to have to re-wet our hair to refresh our hair. We want like a quick, like put some more product in our hair or whatever, trying to do a quick refreshing. But I honestly have noticed, for me personally, if I ever want to refresh my hair, I co-wash my hair because it's really quick. All you gotta do is put the co-wash in. I only split my hair in half. I mean, everybody's different, obviously, but I feel like you don't have to let the co-wash sit. You literally just put it in your hair or like massage it honestly into your scalp, because you're kind of cleansing your scalp. I mean, co-wash doesn't compare to a natural shampoo, but it helps to remove at least some of the gunk that's on your scalp or the buildup. And I feel like that allows your hair to not have product buildup, because if you keep refreshing your curls and adding product to old product and more product, your scalp is not going to be able to breathe. I don't know, maybe it's for different porosities, but I know if I keep adding extra product on my hair, like my hair is just going to be like, girl, this is too much. I can't breathe. Like, we can't even I'm not even able to let the products penetrate well into my hair because you keep building all this product in my hair. So that's why I feel like co-washing, if you want to refresh your hair, just it's better for your hair. It doesn't cause product buildup, or and also the products turn out better on your hair. It looks better. I feel like a lot of people hate having wet hair. I don't know, like maybe I've gotten used to it, and I feel like if you use like a cotton t-shirt and just pat your hair, like scrunch it a little bit, it won't be like dripping wet. So I don't know, I just feel like that is better for you if you want to refresh your hair, to co-wash it really quick and then reapply the products. I get, as far as convenience, that isn't the most convenient thing, but if you have a little extra time, definitely try to co-wash instead of just adding more product to old product and stuff like that. If you do it every now and then, that's fine, but if you're doing that multiple times throughout the week, girl, like you just need to co-wash that hair. And the 7th is a tip to pretty much enjoy your wash days. I know wash days are pretty dreadful for a lot of people. Honestly, I used to hate them, but now it's just like a part of my routine, and I have to prepare myself whenever I do wash and goes. Like, I feel like that's what helps me enjoy my wash and goes a lot more, when I'm like preparing, when I'm prepping for it. So I like to literally make sure that I have a snack or I've eaten something before, first of all, because I cannot function when I'm starving and I'm trying to wash my hair, deep condition it, detangle it. I will literally be trying to rush through that stuff and not doing it well because I'm so hungry and I want to go eat. So I legit will eat me a nice little meal before, and then I will like put a candle on or put my oil diffuser on so I can have, you know, the nice scents going, the aromas. I'll put on my favorite, like either a playlist or I'll put a YouTube video on. Low key, nowadays most phones are waterproof, so you can literally like try to put your phone up in the shower. I've legit done that sometimes, even though that may not be a little safe. for some if it goes wrong. But like if you can prop your phone up somewhere in the shower, watching a YouTube video while you're, you know, doing your hair, pass time by, or listen to a podcast or whatever. So you got your nice aroma, you got a full belly, you got your YouTube on, you got your music, whatever you do, and then you could, you know, and then do what you have to do in the shower. And take your time. This is your hair that we're talking about. Hair is not everything, but if you want to take care of your hair, then you gotta make it fun. You gotta make it enjoyable. That's your date time. That is your one-on-one personal time with your hair, pretty much. Oh, and then once you put your deep conditioner in your hair and you detangle your hair, I like to also say, well, I usually do if I'm not crunched on time. For your deep conditioner to be the most effective, you need to make sure you put a cap on. Some people like to sit under the dryer or whatever. I don't know, that everybody's different, but I just put a cap on and then I'll leave it in my hair 15, 20, 30 minutes, depending on how much time I have. And even while that's soaking into my hair, I will shave, or I will, again, watch a YouTube video, or I literally get out the shower, which I know may seem a lot to some, but I'll go eat me another snack or something, you know, like do some laundry, clean, you know, and then before I know it, it's time for me to go back in the shower, rinse the deep conditioner out, and then I hop out real quick. And as soon as I get out the shower, while my hair is damp, I like to apply the products, because I feel like products work best on my hair, or like seep into my hair, or whatever the freaking vocabulary word is. Soaks into my hair and really moisturizes my hair best when my hair is damp. Even sometimes I'll go in, because my hair dries fast, if it doesn't have any product in it, I'll make sure I have my spray with warm water in it, and then I'll spray my hair. Okay? The last thing is, take your time while you're detangling your hair, okay? Like, this is also a big thing. If you experience a lot of single strand knots, it could be because you're not detangling your hair well enough. So for me, I like to, on my wash days, even when I co-wash my hair, so I'll shampoo my hair, apply the deep conditioner throughout my hair, and as I'm applying the deep conditioner, I'm already like finger detangling my hair. Usually that's what I'll do once I apply all the deep conditioner in. Then if I feel like my hair just needs an extra detangling, then I'll go in on top with a wide tooth comb to make sure I for sure got all the knots out. And I also would say this, I don't do it all the time, but if you have thicker hair, or if you experience a lot of knots, or like again, single strand knots, tangling, blah, 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 you need to section your hair. Honestly, the more hair you have and the more thick your hair is, the more you need to section your hair. The more section you need to have throughout your hair. To make sure that you are getting all of your knots and tangles, or as many as you possibly can, so you can make sure that your hair is properly detangled, and not like some sections are detangled, some parts are matted, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So, and usually I detangle my hair on my wash days and on my co-wash days. The same thing goes for when I have my co-wash in. Once I apply all my co-wash to my hair, then I'll go in with my fingers, finger detangle, and or with the comb on top of it. I don't really use a dimming brush, but if that helps for you, then you can do that as well. I definitely say you should do that at least twice a week. Okay, so that is all the tips. Whew, we did it. Woo! Hopefully you learned some new things. And I'm going to read your comments, because I got some interesting comments that I'm ready to respond to on part 1 of this video. So I got a couple comments on the fact that I mentioned that I was African American and not mixed. Let me just read one of the specific comments. Tashara Dolby said, not mixed. I don't know why black people with long hair have to get asked, are they mixed? Like, why can't we be fully black with long hair? So I totally understand that. Like, I got to the point to where I was kind of getting frustrated, because it's like, dang, so many people always want to know. Everybody has their reasons. Just because my texture is looser, people want to assume, or whatever the case may be. But my mom, my dad is black. Everybody in my family is black. I mean, besides other people that maybe have married but that's like cousins and stuff like that. My grandparents are black. whatever, maybe there's something down the line, who knows, whatever the case may be. I'm not doing this video so your hair can look like mine. I'm doing this video, I'm giving you tips so your hair can be its best version of itself, not a twin of mine, you know, because that's unrealistic. So I'm not here for that. I'm just here to give you these tips so you can have the healthiest hair that you can possibly have. And with that, hopefully it grows to the length that you will like. And you guys already know how I feel about growth, but a lot of people do care about growth, so I have to mention it. And obviously it usually comes with healthy hair. Everybody's different depending on genetics and blah blah blah. Yes, I understand that, but I'm trying to debate if I'm whatever, like, it doesn't matter. I'm black, okay? So you know what I'm saying? As far as people just asking me that, I had to change my perspective and think. I responded. I'm just gonna read my response, okay? I said, agreed, but then I realized that I used to wonder the same thing when I was first transitioning and trying to find girls that were not mixed, because for a while I felt as though only mixed girls could have curly hair, which I know may be shocking, but back then, which is 6 years ago, my hair was so damaged from straightening it so often, I honestly didn't know my hair could curl up. And wearing out your natural hair, or this whole thing, you know, you walk out and most people have natural hair, that was so not common 6 years ago. I mean, you will walk out and most girls or black girls or whatever, people who had naturally curly hair had their hair straight. Like, it was all about straight hair. So I said it was not common, so the only people I would see rocking their natural curls were mixed girls, which I now realized why I was always excited to see a non-mixed girl rocking her healthy curls, because it kind of gave me hope. Like, you know, it gave me hope, like it was possible. Like, oh no, well, you don't have to be mixed to have healthy looking curls or whatever, or curls period. I mean, I honestly did not know that I even had curls. I didn't know that my hair could ever look like this, ever. So I get that. I know that some people may not ask that question for that reasoning all the time, but I know that was my main reasoning for wanting to know. Like, I always was wondering, like, is she mixed? And then when I found out she wasn't, like, she didn't have parents, mixed race parents or whatever, it was just like, it's possible for me. It's possible. Let's talk about DevaCurl. I haven't discussed DevaCurl because I only have ever used their light defining gel. I never used any other products, so I felt like my response was a little irrelevant because I never even promoted them. I would just say that I used that for my gel when I was using it. But Kara Teo said, watch out for that DevaCurl. There are a ton of stories on here that they're making people's hair fall out, even just the gel. So thank you for that. And again, I only used that one product, so I honestly feel like it was a certain line that did that to your hair. But obviously, I feel like everybody's just going on strike right now, or not using any DevaCurl products anymore, just until whatever the heck is going on, like, they get that together. So obviously, I wouldn't advise you to use any DevaCurl products because of what's the terrible thing that's even going on. It's just crazy to think that that could happen. I mean, that could be any brand. That's the scary part about it. You know, you just never know. And I don't know if DevaCurl used the most natural products anyways, now that I'm thinking about it, which I feel like why it's important to use products that use natural ingredients. I think I have DevaCurl recommended in like all the products that I use, but I'll probably try to take it out, but just right now, probably avoid that until everything dies down. Okay, so I see a lot of people also talking about grease is good for your hair. And I decided to do some research on my own of that because I have never, like, I know I used to put grease on my hair when I was young because that was like the thing. I felt like grease was good for your scalp, which is crazy because what I read. So I did some research to see if, you know, hair grease is actually good for your hair. And I did see some pros and some cons, so I'm gonna read it. So the pros are, it's great for locking in moisture, it adds shine, it provides a nice slip when styling curls on wet hair, and it provides great definition. But the cons are that it creates a moisture barrier, which is not good for your scalp, and so pretty much is like not letting anything come into your scalp or get out, is like suffocating your scalp pretty much. Therefore, your scalp can't breathe, and your scalp can get clogged up. And you guys should know from watching my last video and this video that a healthy scalp is very important, because if your scalp has a lot of product buildup, it can't breathe, so it won't be healthy, so your hair is not going to be able to be its best self or grow in the long run. So let me actually look. See, this is what you do. You guys know, like, again, I'm not a pro. I did not go to school for all this. I can just tell you through my, like, experience. But if I don't know something, I'm not afraid to go and look, like you guys can do, you know, but it's okay. I can be, every now and then, I can be your research person. I'll link the few sites that I read about it, but it says make sure you moisturize your hair first, and also you should only kind of use it as a sealant, like what you use at the last step. So if you want to put your cream on, or you're leaving the conditioner and then your cream, I believe, then you can put a little, like, your grease to your ends to, like, seal it or whatever. Okay, also I got a lot of questions on how I don't use heat, therefore, like, how I let my hair dry. And I know that some people use diffusers in their hair because they don't like to wait for their hair to dry, and I totally understand that. So I definitely say limit your heat. But obviously, if you, most of the time, you don't want to have to wait for your hair to dry and you want to use your diffusers, then I'm not going to tell you, like, what to do. Like, I feel like, obviously, that's not going to do, like, super damage to your hair. But obviously, without it, it will be a little better. But I feel like that's not, like, a huge thing. I would just say try to, on the days that you can, air dry your hair. Like, I have work too, but I would literally still go to work with my hair wet. But I would just make sure, because I'm just used to it. Some people don't like the feeling of wet hair on their skin, which I guess I understand. But I would, if it's like dripping wet, I would just like get a t-shirt, and then I would just like lightly pat it on my hair so my hair won't be dripping wet. But I feel like I'm just used to my hair being wet, and then eventually if I'm outside or moving around, it would just dry up. And then maybe also it's because I don't use as much products and I use lightweight products, so I could definitely understand if you use heavier products that it will take a long time. If you feel like your diffuser is fine and it's not super damaging your hair, then I think you're fine. And also I have learned about the plopping method. So it's pretty much where you do your hair at nighttime and then you put your hair in a like t-shirt. You can literally put your hair, your wet hair in the t-shirt, tie it up. I actually have that. I showed that in a vlog of mine. Actually, I got it from this one girl. I'll link her video. But yeah, you can literally do that. I tried it out and it actually works. You can do your routine on your wet hair the night before, put your hair into a t-shirt, and then tie that up. You can put your cap on if you want to make sure that it doesn't come off. And then when you wake up in the morning, your hair is not completely dry, but it's definitely about maybe 50% dry or better. It's not like dripping, so it's easier for you to like rock your hair out, and it hasn't like stripped any moisture from your hair. So maybe if you want to do that, so you can cut down the drying time or not have to use the diffuser for as long, or maybe something like that. How do you go about trimming? Do you cut when it's wet or dry? I am someone who did the big chop, so everything damaged was cut off. So as far as trimming, like I said in my previous video, I didn't do the big chop. When I decided I wanted to start trimming my ends, I literally just every 3 to 4 months, I would trim off a little bit at a time until all my dead ends were gone. And now I only trim my hair like every 5 to 6 months, or pretty much when I look at my ends and I feel like they need like kind of a trim. I got my trimming method from Natural 85 again. Like, she helps me out. She helps a sister out. So I'll link her video. She has a pretty easy tutorial where you can like follow along and learn how to trim your hair your own self without having to go to the salon, if you trust yourself. Okay, if you make a mistake, don't come back for me. Okay, I'm putting that's your decision. Okay. But I would say if you want to start doing that, then definitely check out her video, because that's the technique I use now to trim my hair, and my hair looks pretty okay to me. I mean, no, it's not probably in like the cute curly cut, but yeah. How do I prevent single strand knots? So pretty much like I said earlier, making sure that you stretch your hair after you have a wash and go, or even if you want to stretch your hair, however your hair is, stretching your hair helps. Also making sure you're detangling your hair often and you're taking your time and you're sectioning your hair. And then lastly, if you do experience single strand knots, I have read that it is better for you to cut them out instead of pulling them out, which I'm not ashamed to say I've done a few times, because I'm really uncaring for my hair. There's certain naturals that are like super like would never do certain things because they just don't want their, but I'm just like, hair is hair. If my hair is little damaged or blah blah, or I'm just not super caring about stuff like that or breakage. Some people are, but I just like, it's hair, like, you know. Make sure you're using the proper scissors that you need. The shear scissors, not like just your freaking paper cutter scissors. So Jess, I put out the middle of my hair last year, and it was as long as my pinky finger, but now it's longer than my index finger, but the rest of my hair is way longer. Should I cut it to the shorter length? Maybe. I would probably say I know you don't want to do that, but if you want your hair to grow together, yeah, it sounds like you will have to cut it, especially if it's a big difference. Honestly, the sad truth is, yes, you're going to have to cut it, because if whatever other parts of your hair grow, then that part is still going to be growing possibly, and you just going to have different length hair. So yeah, eventually I'll say cut it. If you want to start trimming a little bit at a time so it's not super noticeable, or if you don't care, you just want to get it out the way, then I'll say do that. I thought I'd mention that the float test does not work. Hair tends to float on water naturally due to its lower density and water surface tension. So most people who try the float test will get a false result of low porosity. So I should have mentioned that. I've heard that. So, and I honestly, when I tried the float test, I did it about 2 times, and I was literally considering doing it 3rd time. So I was just like, there's no way. For a lot of time, I thought that my hair was still high porosity, but I've noticed that because my hair has gotten healthier, my hair has changed from high to low porosity, which is pretty much where you want to aim. Your main goal is you want to be like somewhere between medium and low. That's like healthier hair. If your hair is high porosity, it mainly means that it's damaged, which is why most people with high porosity like needs a lot of moisture, and probably needs, because when my hair was high porosity, my hair needed a lot of product to stay moisturized, and it needed those heavy creams and butters, and I needed that gel because my hair would just like poof up, and when it poofed up, it didn't look like how it did now. It looked like damaged and frizzy, and I just feel like that was because my hair was still damaged. And now over time, I don't need all those products because I feel like my hair is healthier, so it doesn't need that. It's like a little grown child who needed all your love and your care. Now it's like grown to like kind of be a little independent. It's like, I just need a little bit of this, a little bit of your time, a little bit here and there, and I'm good. Thank you for taking care of me over these years. Anyways, what am I talking about? That's going totally off topic. So the float test, so I made sure that, which I did not mention in the video, that I not only did the float, oh my camera just died. I not only did the float test, also did the slip test. Also, I researched a lot of characteristics or how to tell if you have low porosity hair. I watched a lot of YouTube videos on that. I also went to Google and read a lot of articles and to see if I shared the same similarities, and I realized I did. So that's how I realized that I definitely have low porosity. So I would advise that for you guys to not only do the float test, but also do the slip test and any other test that you can do to see, and also make sure you watch videos on the characteristics. Chrissy Dash said, everyone can't do a wash and go. Hair texture is definitely different. And Miss Chrissy, I appreciate you, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you. And I am not just disagreeing with you because of just no reason. I actually did some research, which I always have to. If I'm not too sure about something, again, do your research. And I went on YouTube and I looked up, because I know a lot of people with type 4 hair, like 4C, 4B hair. So I feel like a lot of people with that type of hair has said that they struggle with wash and goes. Here are some beautiful women who have different hair types than I do, and they show you how they get their wash and go. So it is indeed possible for you to do a wash and go. Yes, it may be a different routine or whatever, or the time, or you have to put a little more I get it, but I mean, you don't have to do washing goes if you don't want to. I just think that they're good for your hair as far as leaving your hair alone, but it's totally understandable if like doing a twist out or a braid out or whatever other technique that you do, especially if it works for you. I feel like if you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you need help with your hair. And this is for anybody, because I feel like there's a lot of comments that just say certain stuff, and it's just like, do you understand that you clicked on this video? This video is solely for the people who feel like what they're doing is not working or they want extra tips. But if you are doing something that works perfectly for your hair and you don't need to know any other tips, then in the nicest way I can ask, why in the heck are you watching this video? What, to just try to debunk things that I'm saying? These videos, my previous video and this video, is things that I've actually done or maybe have heard of and seen that works on everybody else, but those are like extra tips. But my main tips that I provide in the beginning of my videos are things that I have actually done. Therefore, it actually works for my hair. It's not just something I'm trying to like sell or trying to give you quick results or all this extra stuff that I have seen before. So, yeah, I'm not just pulling these things out my behind, okay? Like, they work for me, and I understand some people are different, but it's just like, you may watch my video, you may watch other people's video, may do more research, and you use whatever from different videos. You take and choose whatever you feel like works for you or makes sense. Yeah, so shampoo also used to have a bad name, but shampooing your hair, again, like I said, is very important because if your scalp is not healthy, blah, 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 product buildup, blah, 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 you guys know what I'm saying. You need to shampoo your hair, okay? Once a week, if not once a week, once every 2 weeks. Co-washing does not remove all your dirt. It literally is just like, it's something that kind of lightly cleanses. It doesn't actually, it's like you doing a little bird bath, okay? The bird bath is just a temporary fix. It's not going to be anything compared to you actually taking a shower or making sure that you get everything and everything's nice and squeaky clean, you know what I'm saying? So you can't be just bird bathing your hair and thinking your hair is gonna be completely clean. That's not cool. How do you learn your hair porosity when it's relaxed and you don't want to cut it off just yet? Your hair porosity, when it's relaxed, is most likely high porosity, and eventually you're gonna need to cut that off, girl. There's literally like no way around it. Like, your hair, you're pretty much doing nothing for your hair if you're trying to put products on relaxed hair, because that hair is just like dead hair. I would say do what I did. If you don't want to do a complete big chop, I would say start cutting off a little bit, trimming off a little bit at a time every 3 to 4 months, because that hair is eventually gonna go. Ooh, good question. Someone said, help a sister out. What is co-washing? What does one use for deep conditioning? I just found out that I think I have low porosity hair. I'm suspecting my hair is protein sensitive. So we're gonna go to our lovely friend Google so she can tell us the accurate. But I feel like co-washing is pretty much like a light cleansing and conditioning on your hair. So let's see if I'm right. What is co-washing?
Here's a summary from Lush. Co-washing is the act of washing your hair solely with conditioner. By cutting down on the use of shampoo via co-washing regime, your hair is able to maintain its natural moisture levels so it can grow healthier and more resilient.
Okay, so there you go. Co-washing is the act of washing your hair solely with conditioner. So it's good for you to do on the days when you don't feel like shampooing or you don't have time, but that does not mean you completely cut out shampooing, because over time, your hair is going to react badly to that, or mainly your scalp. And what is one used for deep conditioning? That was in my previous video. You use what your hair porosity likes for you to use. I don't mention these things, but if you're curious to see what kind of deep conditioners or stuff like that, I have linked all of my products, my favorite products, in the description box below. It's easy not to stress over hair growth. When you're at home, it can be as ugly as you want, but wait until it's time to style your hair and go somewhere that awkward ear length fro will get to you. I struggle to style my hair and one side is shorter than the other and it shrinks so much. Ugh! That's what I imagine UGH sounds like. So I understand, girl. I totally feel your pain. I was at that stage at one point in my life, but maybe I just cared less. And maybe I feel like it's because of the people that I surrounded myself with. Like, my boyfriend never made fun of me or never looked at me weird because I was like transitioning. When I look back at those pictures, I'm just like, I've even asked him, I'm like, you let me walk around like that? And for some crazy reason, and I feel like, again, it's just because the people around me just uplifted me. Or I feel like a lot of people, they never talked down on it. I feel like they were a little suspicious to see if I was going to keep that going, since I used to always just straighten my hair and could never imagine rocking out my natural hair. But usually, like, my boyfriend was on board with it. He just respected and liked that I was comfortable with my natural hair. And then my grandma, she had natural hair, so it was just like, oh girl, like she would always like motivate me to keep it. And she had her little fro, so I felt like, I don't know, I felt like because of the people that I had around me, anybody else that had anything to say, I was just like, I don't care. Like, who are you to me? Like, if you think my hair is looking like whatever, I just never can. I'm the type of person that if I don't know you personally, like you're not my boyfriend or my parents or somebody that I love and care about, you can literally talk the most mess about me, but I will literally, like, your opinion is literally irrelevant. Like, who are you? Am I ever gonna see you again? Like, you know, am I living the rest of my life with you? And if those are the type of people that you are surrounding yourself with, then you probably need to find some new people to surround yourself with. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, if people can't love you, it's like when you're broke. If people can't love you, I'm gonna keep with these analogies. I feel like they resonate really well. But it's like, if you're not with me when I was broke and I was low, you can't celebrate and be around me when I'm successful and everything like that. It's the same. If some people around you want to talk about you or call you any names or look at you funny because you're going through your transitioning stage, oh, when you do get your healthy hair, once your hair starts getting healthy and flourishing, and they want to be around you, be like, oh, how'd you do? Or talk about it, you better bye. You weren't with me when I was looking all kind of different because my hair was transitioning and it was going through its own thing. Then I don't want to see you. Don't even try to touch my hair or ask me about my tips. I mean, I'm just kidding, but. And yeah, about you struggling about the one side being strong, like you said, the shrinkage, girl, that's just how it is. Carrie Matthews said, when I look up hair products for high porosity hair, there's a list for 15 different hair products. Missy, you're gonna have to narrow it down to one product. Yes, it may take some time, but hey, would you rather just spend money on products that may not work and that's your coin? Or maybe spend a little more time doing a little research for your hair. Go to those products, look at which one may interest you the most based on the description or the reviews. I would personally say buy the products with the highest reviews. So go through those list of products, see what stars they're rated, read the comments, and then pick and choose from there. Also, if you want to go on YouTube and see if anybody did any like product reviews on those products, do that, and then sum your decision down to one product, okay? Oh, this is just a sweet comment that I love. Deja Smith said, honestly, kind of love how she is in the tub, LOL, because what or wit? Nobody does that. Beep. Be you, girl, because weirdos are the best. Okay, first of all, you were going so well until you called me a weirdo. Why I gotta be a weirdo because I'm sitting in the shower, huh? I'm just kidding, I am weird. I'm happy and proud of my weirdness. But yeah, thank you. Because everybody else acting like like I'm sitting on my toilet recording this video. Like, I can get where you people are just like flipping out. But even then, it's just like, if I wanted to do something crazy like that and put it on the internet and I'm not showing you any private areas, then you... You know, honestly, since I got so much like, oh my god, she's in the tub, it makes me like, this is gonna be my new spot right here. So you seen it first person to do this in the shower, tub with no water. We're not taking any bubble baths. We just chatting and talking about hair. And I'm out. I'm just kidding. If you guys have any more video recommendations for me, let me know in the comments down below. I feel like I literally gave you every tip and more that would genuinely help you get your hair goals, your health goes, and if everything works out well, then your growth goes. And most importantly, I like to add this in any of my hair tips or whatever videos, I'm gonna start saying, enjoy your journey, okay? Don't obsess over growth. The goal shouldn't be growth. The goal should be health, okay? Like in life, the goal shouldn't be wealth. It should be happiness, in the words of my favorite entrepreneur man, Gary Vee, because that's just what's gonna make your journey a lot funner, okay? You're gonna enjoy it rather than trying to just force your hair to freaking grow, and then you're gonna get frustrated because you're not getting the results. Just have fun on your journey. And I say document it. Like, you know, every time I see comments like, oh, this girl, she just has looser hair or blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, why don't you make your own video then? Why don't you be the representation of other girls with different hair types that you may not see and share your own journey, okay? I honestly would love to see that, because I feel like there needs to be more people of different hair types that's sharing their journey, and yeah. So yeah. Document it also just for fun. If you don't want to post it, if you don't feel comfortable, it's just also nice to see your hair, go back and actually see your progress. It's like really like nice. It's like for you, like if you were to work out or something like that, like, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go eat now. I feel like I've been talking so very much. Let me know in the comments down below if I missed any tips. What was the most helpful tip or thing that I said in this video, because I really like to know. And I want to start doing more of this, like responding to comments on video, because I feel like it's like essential sometimes. I don't know. I just want you guys to know I love your comments, so please comment. Whether it's a heart, an emoji, or it's a something, I just want to know that you guys are watching and you're gaining something from these videos. Peace out, girl scout. I don't even know why I always say that, but bye. By the way, this is not the YouTube real book. This is actually Michelle Obama's book. It's a good one. But anyways, I'm in my bathroom once again because this is essential for you doing your hair. Whenever I do my hair, I'm always in my bathroom. I spend time in my bathroom. I dedicate a date, specific dates for me in my bathroom to have that, you know, that intimate time and care and love. Because it's like, you gotta commit to being in your bathroom if you wanna, you know, be able to be consistent with taking care of your hair, okay? That's why, people, okay? I'm just trying to be creative here. So yeah, now we're back and we're better. And ouch, and boobs are bigger. I have my push-up bra on today, so yeah.